Hello, and welcome to a super spooky edition of Retro's Railroad. That's right, the 1955 American Flyer train set is headed on down to Halloween Town. You are not going to want to miss this one, folks. I probably worked the hardest I have worked to date on this edition of Retro's Railroad. There was a lot to do. It wasn't just a matter of getting out all my old stuff and just setting it up on the layout. Not this time. I actually altered a ton of things to get ready for this one. Now, I had a lot of help, and I had very good help, and I couldn't have done it without my special guest. That's right, folks, there is a special guest here today in the studio. Let's check in with him. Who is that?
Sir Daniel!
Yes, that's correct. We do have Sir Daniel here with us today. You know he had to get in on this one, being Halloween themed. So I'm ready if you are. Don't change that dial, folks. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of an outdated reference, but most of you will get it. I'm ready to go. Let's head on down for Retro's Railroad Halloween edition. Welcome to Retro's Railroad Spooky Edition. Derailment! Derailment!
It was going for like ever.
I tell you, whenever I start the video and I start to talk, it is always derailment time. Not even joking.
Oh, it was going so good.
Typical. Typical. Okay, so welcome to Retro's Railroad Halloween Edition. I just looked at him and he did the laugh. He knew I wanted that. We're on the same wavelength.
Sometimes.
Okay. So I did want to show you, as per usual, the layout of the train here, the train board. I know I usually call this Plasticville, but it's not really Plasticville right now. It's more like Halloween Town. I do have a Plasticville covered bridge over there. I let that stay out because a lot of people think covered bridges are haunted. And this one is right next to a cemetery. So it's like an extra haunted place. It would be good for ghost hunters. Most of the houses are inhabited by spirits or ghosts or entities and what have you. They're haunted houses. One of the houses is abandoned. It has lights in it though, so I'm not sure what's going on over there. Maybe some shady stuff. Do not trespass. I don't know what that little girl is doing though. She looks like she's in a dangerous spot. She shouldn't be hanging out around the abandoned house. Well, maybe she's like a YouTuber. Maybe she's gonna urbex.
What? Went past the do not.
I know, and look, there's 2 cop cars out front.
Oh,
She's gonna get busted.
Yeah.
So we also have a church with the minister coming out. I don't know what's going on here. There's some army of darkness situation happening. There's a guy guarding the mausoleum. Few skeletons, I think, that need burying. Kind of creepy over there.
They've arisen from the grave.
And every car on the layout this time is oriented towards the dark side of things. And I don't mean Star Wars.
Oh, man.
They have skulls, or there's some Halloween cars, specifically, like that one says Halloween. And there's a Joker car. Oh my god, that was right in my ear. I'm deaf now.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
Mr.
that one.
Machine.
I don't have one.
We looked for one too, didn't we?
I don't know.
I did.
And then the other cars are orange and black. And there's a few purple in there, because I think purple is a Halloween color. And we have this lovely tunnel here. Compliments of Sir Daniel. It was one of his pumpkins. You know, it had a bottom like a normal pumpkin, and you cut the face out on it, right?
And you needed a jack-o'-lantern with a big opening, and so, because I made a big face on that one.
Yes, and I cut the bottom out so it could be a tunnel, and I had to put it up on wood blocks because it wasn't quite high enough for the train to traverse through. You like my bat transformer controller? It's pretty sweet, huh? Here comes that 1955 American Flyer train set. Delivering some bones and some spiders and some skulls. Hey, did you order some skulls?
Yeah, I did.
Sir Daniel ordered some
A
skulls.
whole bunch of them.
Your shipment is in.
Well, 2 are lost.
I'd like to speak to the manager.
Derailment. For reals.
The cool thing about these houses is that they started out as your run-of-the-mill Christmas houses.
Yep.
You know, you can find these things a dime a dozen at flea markets and thrift stores. It's not like it used to be where you couldn't find these and they were really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get them from fancy stores or order them from catalogs. Well, Department 56 is still expensive.
Right.
That one actually is Department 56, but many, many years ago, like 83.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is we picked up some houses from the thrift store and from the flea market that were only a couple of bucks each.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, we transformed them in to Halloween houses. Now, the only exception here is that one right there, the abandoned house. That came that way. That was made in the 70s, somebody's ceramic project, and it actually is a cookie jar.
Yeah.
You see the top here. But I thought that it would look good on the layout. It's a little bigger than the other houses, but
that's okay.
That is okay. I am definitely not putting things to scale here.
Well, let's talk about the first one that I did here. Now, I actually had to make this top portion.
Yes, it was missing a steeple.
And so I actually made it out of easy baked clay. And let me tell you what, it's a little off kilter, but it kind of works because it's supposed to be like a haunted church or whatever. But we've had some issues where we've had to repair the cross twice.
Well, you know, it's on there now with Elmer's glue and it's working great.
Oh, that's great. That one was painted different than the others. So I gave it a base coat of gray. Then I color scheme painted it. There were two different gray colors. And then I went and I weathered it with a wash. And I tried to make these look like fall plants, but they didn't come out quite the way I was going for, but it worked. We did put some glow paint on the windows or something, didn't we?
Yes. So these houses are very easy to do. Anybody can do it. You don't need to have artistic talent. Just take your Christmas house, spray paint the entire thing black. That's going to make the whole process a lot easier. And then from there, you can go on to paint it how you want. The easiest thing to do is that wash that Sir Daniel was talking about. Just water down the paints you have, browns, grays, that kind of thing, and brush over the ceramic house. I even took a paper towel and kind of blotted at it a little bit to kind of make some differences in shading. But you don't really have to do that. Just take a brush to it and paint over all the black base. I did use some lighter colors for the little tree outside and in the windows so that it looked like light was shining through. Also, that skull was actually a Christmas wreath, which is pretty funny. And Sir Daniel and I had the idea to turn it into a little skull. I think there's one on the side as well. Now this one in the middle I did do differently. I wanted to actually paint this one and get a little more detailed with it. I was excited to find this one at a thrift store. It is a unique vintage find, a little bit older than the other ones, and it had a ceramic Christmas tree attached to it, which was like bonus. Now, some of you may know that these ceramic Christmas trees have been around for a while, but they have come back into popularity again, and you can buy them new these days. Now, this one didn't have the lights on it, so I actually ordered those online. There's lots of different colors and styles available. And I glued those in to make it a Halloween tree. Of course, it was a Christmas tree before with snow and all that. This one did take a little longer. I got more detailed with the trim and all that, but again, that is totally optional. You don't have to do anything like that if you want to attempt this project. Now this one, Sir Daniel painted as well. I was initially frustrated with this one. I said, it has too much snow on it. We're never going to be able to transform it. It's not going to look right. So he had the idea to turn the roof into like kind of like a mossy, slimy look, which actually turned out really cool. I think he was thinking thatched roof, like the little houses in Ireland and Scotland, but I really like the way it turned out, dripping down, mossy, wet, kind of oozy, slimy look. And I think there's glow paint on there as well. So, of course, when that is exposed to light for a while, it will kind of glow up in the dark. That is one thing you'll have to deal with these houses. You might be lucky to find one without snow on the top, but most of them come with snow on the top, so you're going to have to get a little creative, making it look like dirt or moss or just kind of blending it in with the rest of the roof. You can do it. Again, this is really simple. If you have kids, they could help you with it. You don't have to have a train layout for this. You could always just make a display somewhere in your house. Make yourself a little Halloween town. They are actually selling these online now on platforms like Etsy, but they're gonna put you back a lot of money, at least $50 for most of these. So why pay that amount when you can make it yourself? You can make them yourself for just a few dollars. You know, the paint doesn't cost much either. So definitely keep an eye out for those houses. And if you do make your own, let me know about it. You know, my email is under all of my videos. You can email me pictures. You can message me pictures on Facebook. I'd love to see what you all do if you end up trying this yourself. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Woo! Glub, 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 glub. And he doesn't do anything. He's just keeping things chill.
That's because Winston is the coolest.
He doesn't have a scary face.
He doesn't get scared.
Well, it's a different toy line, I think.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Oh. Bam! And the derailment! Oh my God! Derailment!
So one other thing I wanted to mention was this boxcar. Now, this was just a junk boxcar. Let me make that clear. I would never mess up one of the really vintage, nice American Flyer boxcars. Okay, this is a plastic one with plastic wheels. Cost me about $6 off eBay. Not messing up anything that was of value. But what I did, or actually Sir Daniel helped me with this, he spray painted this all black just like the houses.
But before, we sanded it to get down some of the detail so that she could put her stickers on flat.
Right, yes. There was some little ridges and little rivets, it's supposed to be.
Well, the rivets, they're okay, but it was the lines on these parts we were worried about.
Yeah, so we sanded those off so we could get the decals on, and you know, those are just stickers I picked up, like little kid stickers. And the poison are real, like poison labels. But I wanted to have like a Halloween themed boxcar, and they do sell some in S gauge. This is S gauge trains. They do sell some, but they're so expensive. They're like $80, $90 just for a Halloween themed boxcar, and they look awesome, but that's just not in my budget right now. So I thought I could make one myself, and that's why I ordered the cheap one, got it painted and sanded, put the stickers on, and then it was looking a little too shiny for me, so I went back again with the sandpaper and kind of weathered it up so it has that beaten, rough look. But this is the boxcar full of poison. So, if anyone ordered poison, perhaps you, Sir Daniel, your shipment is in.
Poison! Bad! Derailment!
Okay, so a quick look with the lights out. We have several things going on here. We've got one of those things you put inside of a pumpkin, and I have one like a flicker thing behind here, and that actually looks really cool inside of the house too. We've got those corded lights in the houses. There's some fader kind of Christmas lights with a little battery pack in the church. And then the little candles are in the other houses. So there's a lot you can do with lighting. So now you can see what I mean about the little, what I call the abandoned house. You can see how it's flickering a little bit. There's some shady stuff going on in there. I'm gonna call the police. And then the little mossy house, it's really subtle, but you can see it's flickering. And then that's the church there, which is doing like a fade thing. So yeah, you really don't need the corded lights for the houses. Sometimes you find them without those. And if you don't have any, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's also kind of a pain to get them all plugged in because it has to go under the layout. So let me open the house here. And this is what I'm talking about. The little tea lights that flicker, and you can get, I think, a pack of 2 from like Dollar Tree.
Yeah, used to be a pack of 3, but it's a pack of 2 nowadays. They're cheaper than buying the batteries and that replace them.
Hey, what the heck is going on here? Face plant. So another really easy thing I did, and free, I went outside and I collected leaves and I put them as the base. The layout cloth cover thing that Sir Daniel and I made is awesome, but it was looking a little too spring for me. So I don't know, I just went out in the yard and grabbed some leaves. It does make the ground kind of bumpy for some of the items, but I thought it turned out pretty good. Just a unique way to change up the terrain here in Halloween Town. There's no bones about it. This is a spooktacular Halloween layout. La 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 la. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, old witch, the wicked witch. Cut. You derailed the train.
Derailment. Look at me cough. I'm trying to do that.
Okay, folks, that was Retro's Railroad Halloween edition. We hope you enjoyed that. We certainly did. That's the first time I've done a railroad episode with Sir Daniel. He was certainly of assistance for the most part when he wasn't derailing the train.
It was all my fault.
But thank you very much for your help with the houses and getting my Halloween town up and running. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Round of applause for Sir Daniel, please. Well, anyway, it's past his bedtime, so we gotta go. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of a Retro's Railroad. I am the Retromantic, and that is Sir Daniel 1975, and we will see you next time.
Get in the spirit of the train thing. You know, there.
Cut. Ghost train coming through. Woo! Look at her go. Woo, she's really picking up speed. It's like chuck, 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 chuck. Derailment.
Okay.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. How rude! What's going on over here? We got an issue. We got a problem. Who remembers these little things from grade school? You put them on your fingers. Did you ever have one, Sir Daniel?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Or like if you were lucky enough to have a cool dentist, kids dentist, where you got like a prize box. I always got these. Look at this. I even got a black tractor with flames on it. Whoops. Sorry, Mr. Scarecrow.
Fire! God!
Ow!
Public service announcement. Yes, we know it's Frankenstein's monster and not Frankenstein. It's just much quicker to say Frankenstein or Frankie, okay?
And look at the little miniature dragons. The store Michael's actually had those. And Sir Daniel bought them to be added to the layout. Although he doesn't remember buying them.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
I swear you did.
I'm sure if you say I did, I probably did. But...
I guess it was some other guy.
Yeah. What do I need to look at? Okay. I'm always looking at the wrong thing. Poison! Bad!
Welcome to my Welcome to Retro's Railroad. Derailment. La 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 la. La 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 la. Too far.
Friend, woman.
It's a beautiful day here in Halloween Town. Wah wah. Okay, take 3. Who is that? Derailment. It's a pain. I don't want the HO people to see this because they're gonna
Well,
be
I'm videoing it.
They're gonna be like, too many derailments. That's why we run HO and O.
You don't know this, but I'm filming you fixing it.
Well, actually, I do know because you told me.
Well, now you know because I told you. It could be good for footage.
Yes, they never see me. Bye-bye.